Kira Kotova here with you today, and we're talking about a real-life miracle. A woman who was the Sultan's favorite, Hurrem, slowly started to drift apart from her. Who was this mystery woman? Why, it was Firuz Khatun, of course. God himself had told her that she was perfect for Suleiman. Everybody loved her because she was so smart and pretty. Remember, she was a spy and her job was to fool everyone and lull their suspicions in the harem. Firuz, thanks to her spy training, knew exactly how to get a man's attention. She wasn't just good at dancing and playing music, she could also write poetry and even sew. She didn't trust local fashions because they wouldn't make her stand out. Instead, she went all out and sewed herself some really unique clothes, pants with slits, an open top, and the most important thing, she made sure her shoulders and stomach were on display with a see-through mesh top. To add to the mystery, she wore a veil over her face. After a sultry dance for the Sultan, she was rewarded with a handkerchief. Suleiman was bored with his usual routine. Everything was so predictable, and then this beautiful girl came into the harem. She was different from all the others. The Sultan was surprised when she showed up in a weird robe. He was totally captivated. At first, he thought it was a trick, but nope. She quickly made friends with his sisters and his wives' kids. Hurrem didn't know who she really was, but she melted his heart, so there weren't any fights or arguments. The Sultan loved how well she got along with the kids, and how she helped his sick son feel better. His heart melted again. What a miracle! Everything was great, but when Hurrem found out who she was really there to see, she separated herself from the kids. The battle started, but Firuz realized he was already highly regarded by the Sultan and got so cocky that he started provoking scandals with Hurrem. I think he was feeling threatened by her and wanted her to make mistakes. Hisaki isn't stupid, though, and he knows everything perfectly. Firuz tried asking Miriam for help, but the Sultan's daughter ignored him. Suleiman's view of the smart beauty started to crumble. Firuz, like Hurrem, whispers in his ear and tries to hurt him in his most sensitive areas. The girl shows her affection for Jihangir and says she misses him, but Hurrem won't let that happen. Suleiman tried to get Miriam and Firuz to be friends, but she said no. She wanted to gain respect in the palace and avoid Hurrem, so she started spreading rumors that the Sultan had lots of women and that Hurrem was bad. Hiseki, on the other hand, should just be thankful her husband spent time with someone else, because there would be more kids and all that. Firuz didn't really care about Suleiman. She was okay with other women in his life and didn't want kids anyway. When Hurrem found out who Firuz was, she told Suleiman right away. He was mad and realized miracles didn't happen. It was time to go back to his trusty Hurrem and send Firuz home. The spy had failed. The Sultan was still around and she lost.